Welcome back. This is episode number 3 of PR for 50 Plus with Zena PR. And I'm Zena Ireland. Good to see you all again. So, what we're going to talk about today? My favorite subject. I always begin with every client that I see. The first thing I ask for, the bio. May I see your bio? So I want to talk about how your bio may be stopping you from getting booked. And I know you're like, Zena, bio? That is so simple. Yes, the most simple piece of writing could keep you from getting booked. And I've read hundreds of bios from founders, owners, executives, leaders, you name it. I've read them, restaurateurs, and they all have extraordinary credentials. They are all very experienced, especially my Gen Xers and baby boomers out there. We know you all are so talented. When I come across you, I'm amazed. How come people don't know who you are? It's like they need to know who you are, but they don't. And one of the reasons why, besides the fact you've been out there doing the work, that's what you've been doing. You've been doing the work. You've been doing the hard thing. So the bio has kind of been like secondary. Let me just make sure to put everything in there. You make it look like a resume, sometimes a CV, or sometimes it's just a whole dissertation. Well, because of those reasons, that's why you're not getting booked. So your bio needs to read like a 15-second pitch. Always keep that in mind. There are different forms and types. Yes, you're going to have a longer bio. The longer bio is just, here's a link to my longer bio on my website, or here's an attachment of my longer bio in case you need it. But when you put it in an email, too much. Or sometimes you might not even need the longer bio. You might need just a shorter version. You don't need to list every degree you have in the beginning of your bio. I know some of you listed at the very end, but really it is you trying to get the attention of a booker. I always think you're trying to get their attention and they're getting hundreds of emails. And I'm talking about a booker, whether you're trying to get interviewed or you want somebody to see your pitch and you think that, your writing deserves to be, featured. I don't care what it is. You are an expert. You don't need to write a book about it when you first come across that person or that booker or whatever you are trying to get the attention of. You don't want your bio to be so long that people have forgotten who you are and why they're reading it. And also, it doesn't really tell the problem that you're solving. And that's what the booker really cares about. Or it just tells me what you've done and why, not that it matters, why anyone cares about it today. And your bio has to answer the questions that a booker has before they have to ask it. So the question is being answered. I was talking to a new client. She's a restaurateur. And she said, the problem that you're solving is the question that's being asked. And you want people to know that up front. So here's what some of us PR coaches tell you. I don't call myself a coach. I'm a publicist, but, consultant, coach. You need different forms of your bio to answer what you are actually trying to pitch. But here's a basic framework you can just work off of. You need a long bio, you need a short bio, and then you need a couple of sentences, which that's what I do. I might just put 1 or 2 sentences at the end of that person's bio of the reason why you need to book them. So the long bio could be about 250 to 300 words. It can live on your website, your author page. If you're an author, it can be your author page, or you can attach it. You can say, hey, for more information, my longer version of my bio is attached. Then you can have another bio, which is your shorter bio that you're going to send out to bookers and show hosts. That's your shorter bio. That's like 75 to 100 words. If that, I think that's too many, to be quite honest with you. I keep them short. And then you have the bio, as I mentioned, the one-liners. This is where you sort of you bring that person in, whoever's reading, they leaning in to learn more. They're like, oh, that person sounds like that's who I need. It can be 1 or 2 sentences, and it's something that the host can read when they introduce you on air. So kind of think of it that way when you put it together. And speaking of put it together, there is a bio framework that I always use. Number 1, I always show the problem I'm trying to solve. Always, no matter what. What problem are you trying to solve? Number two, I always wanted to show the credibility of that individual I'm pitching for. So I lead with credentials, but why? I'll give them examples of what they're doing. And I always show proof of impact. Once again, it's not what you did, what happened because you did it. What was the impact? What was the difference that you made in that campaign? Did it shift policy? Did it solve a problem? Did it change a public narrative? Did it open doors for communities that have been systematically excluded from those conversations? You always try to think about that. And then number four, there's an invitation at the end, whoever you're talking to. What is it that you want that person to do? What is the action that you want that person to take? And that's what I miss a lot too. I invite you to, have me as your keynote or do some executive advising, a media commentary, kind of close what your call to action is. So based on this video and what I said, what are some of the common mistakes that you see in your bio? Are you writing it or you wrote it like you're applying for a job? Are you burying the differentiator? What makes you different and stand out? Are you using jargon that your audience doesn't understand? I'm in healthcare. A lot of people don't know that. I don't talk about it unless I have to. See, here we go. I have a different bio for that. Unless I have to. I have my master's in healthcare administration, and I've done some work in public health. And if anybody's in healthcare knows, we have so much jargon and acronyms and you name it, but I'm not going to use that because everybody doesn't understand it. And even I forget sometimes when I hear it because I might have been out of the healthcare industry for a while because I might be more involved in tech because I have tech and financial clients too, as who need PR help. And my mind, I forget about some of that stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. But that's my point. You don't need to use that all the time. What I want you to do after this video is take some time and look at your bio and send some comments. What do you see in your bio? Does it read like a dissertation or does it tell right up front who you are and what you are? Will I be able to figure out who you are within the first, I'm gonna say 15 seconds. Sometimes I give people grace 30 seconds. Does it really tell it? And what problem does it solve? Does it show all of that? And maybe you need to look at your bio and start writing different versions of it. There's also a speaker bio that I do and complete. That's another conversation for another day. But there is such thing as a speaker bio, and a lot of people have them. So if you want to have a conversation about this, feel free to email me or go to my platform, go to my website, XinaPR.com, XINAPR.com. You can comment, build this community so that we all can share. You can go to my Substack, also on LinkedIn. I'm available on all those platforms. So I hope to hear from you before episode number 4 drops. And just remember, download your bio, change it, use it, and tell me what you changed. And I am incredibly thankful that you joined me today. And like I said, we are all in this together. Just coming on video and talking about the things that I do is something new for me. So looking at all of the years of experience that you have and work you've done and trying to consolidate it to a point, like almost to a boilerplate that's on a press release. It's hard to do. I get that. I'm here with you, but it can be done. And this is Xina Island. And thank you for listening to me on another episode of PR for 50 Plus with Xina PR. Thank you.